There we go. Hello, welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I forget to turn on my mic on. Oh, I also paint pieces. That's what I do. So we're. I'm not normally on the weekends. I usually have lots of kids, so I have lots of other things going on. So I'm usually not able to come on these days. But we have a huge project we are in the middle of. So I've got to get some stuff done today in order to stay on target for my deadline, which is mostly self-imposed. But you try to stay on top of what you say. If you say it's going to be about a month, you should make it about a month. We've had these two squads for well, it's more than squads. They're like patrols, combat patrols. So we've had them for about a month. It'll be a month on Monday. So my goal is to have this all wrapped up this weekend and be able to facilitate delivery, this week. And, that way we get everything out. And hopefully everybody's happy. We get some good feedback and, on to the next one, right? I love commissions. They're a whole lot of fun. I also added the Buy Me a Coffee link. I don't know if that works or not. I'm not exactly sure how all that stuff actually functions, but I tried my best. It was recommended by several of y'all over the course of this adventure, and I try to listen to everybody, in which I'll say, because everybody has some great ideas, and most of you fine folks, oh goodness, seem to be a little bit more internet savvy than I. So that's entertaining. Anywho, well, so we work without a net here. It is completely and totally just me getting it done, and that is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna turn on some music so I can have something for myself to listen to while I'm doing all of this. Just because. And then we're just going to get to work. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and throw them out there. I love to hear them. I'm a huge fan of answering questions. I feel like everybody learns really well when other people ask questions. Because a lot of folks are intimidated and they don't want to ask them. And then there's usually that one person, or sometimes two or three, that are like, no, I'm going to ask. Goodness. I'm trying to drown myself. Golly, okay. I didn't die. But there is soda water all up in my nose. So, it smells like lemonade now. Alright, so we've got to do some pauldrons. We've got several to do. Let's get a count. There's a lot of them. Holy moly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 pauldrons. We need to figure out what to do with. So we can do some civil ones. Goodness. We've already got some space wolves, so we should do, and we've got a blood angel. We should do an ultramarine. Okay. Somewhere in there I have some ultramarine. There we go. Ultramarines are easy. They are, ultramarine. That seems kind of funky, but it's true. It's supposed to represent something with the the Roman-esque mindset that's all underneath their ethos. I know a lot of Warhammer lore, but you know, you get into like specific chapter concepts. I don't always keep up with all that. I know, a little thinner than that. Alright, now we got it on there. We're going to tighten them up, right? So we got at least one ultramarine. Let's see. Oh, wow. There's a whole bunch of them. Let's see. Golly. A lot of these are skulls. Skull base is pretty easy. Okay, okay. Golly, there's so many different ones. This is why I was hoping people were going to say something on here so I could piggyback on what you guys thought was a good idea. Ooh, I like that. Angels of Absolution. That's a fun one. Okay. And that's like... I think that one's dead. A lot of these paints on this powder just about toast. So we'll just have to get some new ones. We'll get this done while that's drying. If we can get a couple of them set up, then we'll be in great shape. We'll definitely have to do an Imperial Fist. Alright, so you do Imperial Fist yellow. We want to actually put down pink first. And this is like a flesh color. Terracotta is what it's called in the, what it seems I use, but you know, it's definitely a fleshy tone, and any kind of fleshy tone is going to work. Oh, great. I'll try it up a little bit. Drop a second coat on our ultramarine. Let's see, we've got a Raven Guard, we've got a White Scar, we've got an ultramarine. We need to do a what, a salamander pauldron. Okay, that's pretty easy. It's just a dragon head. On black. So we need to paint one on black. Let's do this guy. And this we're going with a fast, flat black. This is a Mars black. Instead of doing all the toning. You should be able to, it's fun, it's going to be fun because you should be really able to tell the difference between this and that blue now. It'll go away once we drop the wash on there, but right now it should definitely stand out that this seems to be just a little bit blacker and makes the other stuff look blue, whereas like over here that guy looks black because of the distance he is. It's in the way the lights are hitting it and those sort of things. When you get that closer to it, it's going to make it start to look more blue, not just because the light turned blue, but like you pull up next to it and it'll in the light and you'll see it. But then when they're all washed, they look a lot more black. They just look like they have highlights. So anyway, it's a process. It works well, but you got to trust it. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We've got a Blood Angel, we've got a Raven Guard, we've got a White Scar, we've got an Ultramarine, we've got a Fire, we've got an Imperial Fist, we have a Salamander. What else do we need? Technically, I guess we have an Iron Hand because we have a Tech Mariners. That didn't count. Let's do a straight up Iron Hands though. Pretty sure theirs is black too. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, no, we have that already. Okay, we're good. Okay, so the Tech Marine's the Iron Hand. Got Space Wolves. Gonna do the Dark Angel here. We could actually do a regular Dark Angel too. That would be good. Dark Angels are funny. Their green is actually a mistake. They were supposed to be black, but when they were printed, the company that printed the material was it was cheap, and so it came out green. And so now the Dark Angels are green, which is of course hilarious. But some of the Heresy Dark Angels I think are black, if I remember right, if you're playing Horus Heresy. I don't actually play. I haven't played in a while. I think I played a couple of games maybe last year. And they like the kids, you know, play with them a little bit here and there, but for the most part, no. So we're going to start off with the phthalo here. We're actually going to hit this with another green after this sets in, but we're going to start off with that phthalo, kind of as our dark tone. Okay. All right, so let's check out. I think the yellow's too gone, so we're going to replace it with some more. See, I went and tried to keep this stuff real close, and I went and moved it. Boo. Nope, that's still in. Oh. Alright, there's the sap that we need. Where did that other silly yellow go? I thought I had it right here. You ever feel like sometimes you get something in your house that's moving stuff on you? You're like, nah, I'm hallucinating. I'm making myself crazy. There it is right there. Weird. I swear I pulled this tube up twice. Crazy. So cadmium yellow. This is a deep. My dog is in here pestering me. I don't really know what she wants. I mean, I can probably make a guess. And this. Alright, so see how we have a little bit of a discoloration here? I actually probably want to put another layer of this pale terracotta down. Just to make sure it's good and smooth. And if you get a little overpaint onto your edges, don't stress that stuff. We're going to take care of it at the end. We're going to trim them with other colors. So right now, just make sure your strokes are clean. Make sure everything's pulled in the same direction. Let it dry. It's still the wrong green. I really want the hooker's green. There we go. You start to think you're crazy. Like, what happened to my paints? And you end up finding it a couple days later. You're like, oh, that's what I did with it. I moved it. All right. This should still look right. Hey, it's JJ. How's it going? Happy Saturday. Doing great. In here painting up pauldrons today. Alright, so that's a sap green over the top of the phthalo. And then once we drop a wash on this, it should start to get towards that dark angel's green. I actually really like using a hooker's green here. I don't know what the heck I do with it. I'm gonna find it after this is all over and be like, God bless. Because I thought I grabbed them all and put them here on the table, but because I knew I was gonna need that for a dark angel. Alright, so again, once you got enough paint on there, tighten up all your strokes. said. Okay. Hey, JJ, any suggestions on chapters? We've got an Imperial Fist, I don't even remember what that other one was called now. Angels of Absolution. That's a cool one. That brown's got that's got a little more brown to it. Honestly. So we are going to do a real thin layer. This is raw umber. So we want just a thin layer of this over top of it. That may be too thin, but we'll see. Make sure we're getting right there and good in the corners of this stuff. We want it to have a chance to soak in and give ourselves a nice tone in the bottoms of everything. Excess off. And then once that dries, that should hit that tone just right. Okay. Okay, salamander. This one needs to be the Imperial Fist. Nice deep yellow for the Imperial Fist. Okay. Let's see. Death Specters. Let's do that. Yeah, that's a cool one. Okay. Gray. Looks like a steel gray white. No, it's going all right. watched got to watch my youngest son play some soccer, and we went to an opera last night. It was absolutely amazing. Well, I mean, if you like opera, if you're not a big fan of opera, I mean, you know, it's opera. But we enjoyed it. We loved it. It was really, really good. I usually don't like English operas or English language operas. Is how you should say that. They usually seem like they're off somehow. With this one seemed to really get the idea of how to capture the essence of English in an operatic form, which I've seen a lot of operas that were English and it didn't. They always seem to miss it. This one got it. It was really nice. Went and had some great food at a local restaurant called Oso. Really awesome. It's kind of like a California-inspired Mexican kind of Baja Peninsula cuisine, tacos, enchiladas, and so on. Kristen had some ají tostadas, which were really good, and I had I had it was a corn and bean enchilada, pretty tasty, with green chilies. So I love green chilies. And then we had these tater tots that they put like a fried egg and this spice, this like tahini spiced guacamole, it's an avocado sauce. It's not really guacamole because it's like thinner than, it's not exactly guacamole. It's like an avocado sauce. But anyway, freaking different. And they did great. Like it was great. I love when restaurants do it really well. When I'm out to eat, because I was a former chef, so I'm like, yeah. Fat Man's Kitchen, working on barrel extension for the Plague Burst color. Heck yeah, man, that's cool. If you don't have, I should post that Discord in the chat. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, this was kind of like it's operas and a musical kind of the same. And this one, because it's in English, it felt a little bit more like a musical. But they did good because opera is it's hard to write opera in English and be able to show the emotions properly. And the way this was written, they were able to really do it. But it was good. It was a horror theme set in Nebraska in the 1800s. And it was about trying to prove up, which is trying to prove to the politicians that you were able to sustain your farm, right? And what happened is this couple down the road from this farmer was able to do it, and then they died, and he went and looted this window, because you had to have this window. You had to have 5 years of harvest, a sod house, and a window made of glass. And so when he snicks this glass window from this place where they died, and he brings it back home, and and he's starting to try to like help other people around him, because he really is trying to do the best thing, and he's like a custodian of the window. He's trying to help everybody prove up, right? Well, eventually he has to send his son out to take this window to the neighbor down the way, a couple blocks over, and a tornado kills his kid, and Death shows up and like does this big part, and he's dressed up like a high plains drifter. He's got all his beat up duster on, and an oily looking hat, and a grizzled beard. Is perfect. The guy who played him was super animated, and it kind of gives you that Devil Down in Georgia vibes. And there's a lot of guitar in it, which is rare in operas, but it fit because it was American, so you had like this guitar sound to it, which really kind of gave it an American sound. So all in all, man, really fantastic job by everybody. I thought it was an all-around good show. All right. Let's see how many we got left. Get their base colors on. There's a lovely Miss Kristen. Okay, so we know we got just a few more to pick out. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Anybody else get some interesting chapters? Throw them out there. I'm trying to find some interesting ones. Ooh, Firehawks might be fun. Heraldry. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Dark Kraken. Okay, I'll take a look at that one too. Firehawk. That's pretty cool. Okay. Dark Kraken. I see Firehawks. Mortificators. I'll check that one out too. Alright, see. Dark Kraken. Oh shoot, yeah, with the squid on the purple. That's legit. Okay. We'll do that one. And that was the other one from Fat Man's Kitchen, Mortificators. Yeah, like a black with a skull. Black with skull and green trim. That classic Games Workshop skull. That'll look good. Oh, I like this one. This is Nemesis though. Okay, let's see. Let me get the base colors on those. Did not save the Firehawks. It was silly. Why did I save that? I like that Firehawks. That one looked good. Definitely gonna do that one. Okay, so we need one that's... Firehawks is kind of like an orange. So... I'm going to do a little bit of cadmium first, and then... we'll come back over it with some cadmium. And that should work since the... Again, you're always dealing with that, the way oranges and yellows, the pigments work, they're always going to fade a little bit more. So if it's a yellowy orange, put orange on top, or orange on bottom and put yellow on top of it, and it should fade just right. And then if you have to put another coat of yellow on it to bring it up a little bit more, you can. You start off with that orange, you go the other way, and it's going to come out a lot more orange. Which seems obvious, but I feel like when we're doing these shows, it's better just to kind of keep stating things, even if they seem obvious to me or other people. All right, 3 more. Family friends, people sick. Yeah, they look a lot like the old Legion of the Damned stuff. My friend has a couple of old, like the Metal Legion of the Damned from the first release for them. They're pretty slick. Even for the old metal pieces, I gotta get him. I should get him to leave me one so I can show you guys one, just so you can see them. They're neat to see. All right, so again, I'm just gonna come right back over the top with that cadmium yellow. And it may take more than one coat here, but you can. And I wanted to show the difference in what this looks like versus the one we did for the Imperial Fist, because the yellow is going to be very different. All right, remember, once you get it all on there, tighten up all your brush strokes. Boom. Firehawks, one of the proposed. Yeah. I remember that one. Yeah, the Firehawks are supposed to be where they came from. That's a really, really fun gig. From the way it actually comes out in reality, the whole thing started out as like an anniversary deal that they were trying to do, and then people fell in love with it, and so they started writing some lore, and now it's kind of got its own. It's like this great conspiracy occult thing within the lore of 40K. And since the lore moves so slow, they really have that chance to kind of play it long, you know. They can lead people along for a while, let you believe whatever you want for a long time before they answer any real questions. Okay, purple. That is dioxine. Dioxine. But I'll tell you what, it's got a funny name. This stuff is dark purple. Should be exactly what we need. Might need a second coat, it might not, we'll see. There's one for the Krakens. And then what was the next one? Okay, another black one. So we got the salamanders and the modificators. I think I want to make the ancient Elementer. Okay, let's see. We've got, now we are down to, and then there were 4. Get the man some boats. Yeah, for sure. That's what's so fun about this stuff. It's so deep that, like, I don't know that there's anybody but maybe Luton and Bricky who know, like, almost everything. Hell, I think most of the people who work for Games Workshop don't even know all the published lore. I know it seems like some of the writers don't know. That's funny. I shouldn't say that. That's me. It's good times though. Let's see. Red Hunters. Let's look at that one. Ooh, Steel Confessors. I'll take a look at that one. Okay, so hold on. Red Hunters. Oh yeah, that's fun. And they're Inquisitor too. Probably need to look that one up. See exactly what they do. See, chapter 3. Yeah, no, we can do these. Yeah. They're just part of the. They're Terran-born Inquisitor Space Marines, so they'll work out great for Deathwatch. Okay, cool. I like that one. That looks pretty slick. It gives us another nice red one. It's like Alzarian Crimson. One of my favorites. Alright, and then Steel Confessors. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that one. That's wicked. That's gonna be hard, but that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. They have a couple different ones they put on for them. I like that. I like that steel cross though. That's pretty cool. Okay, and that was kind of like a creamy white. So we'll start off with that on a Naples. If we need to whiten it down a bit from there, we can do that. Probably actually need to. Naples should come pretty tan. It was definitely more like a bone color. Oh no, we need this guy to have it. We're on them as wild. We're some research when you get a chance. Yeah, for sure. They all have the lore on these things are all crazy, and so what I always like about some of these 40k chapters is like some of them have started out as people's custom chapters that they've made up for the game, and it eventually got used in a novel, and now it's like official canon and stuff like that, and that's some of the cool stuff about 40k. It's a pretty neat deal. Okay, so there's that Steel Confessor. And then what was the other one? It was the Red Hunter. That was going to be Alzarian Crimson. have to check all their lines after we get everything on there. This one, so we've got the ancient, which I really think we're gonna do that with lamenters because that'll be cool. And then we got two more to go. Star Phantoms? Oh, that's cool. Dark Hunters. We'll take a look at that one. This one's neat. Star Phantoms. And then what did you say? Dark Hunters. And Rainbow Marines. Rainbow Marines. That's neat. Kind of like an axe. Blue with an axe. Yeah, I like that. That's sick. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do that one for sure. So that Star Phantoms, I think that's it. Okay, we're wrapped up now. Good deal. Okay, and then we need fermenters. Because the Lamenters one is cool. Okay, so we need two. These two need to be like a white color, and then this guy needs to be blue. And that was like ultramarine too, wasn't it? Yeah, definitely. Okay. Good suggestions. Appreciate you, Fat Man's Kitchen. Cooking anything today? It's Saturday. Wait a minute, it's Saturday. If you hopefully you don't have a real kitchen you're supposed to be at. You're here goofing off with me. Saturday nights are the busy nights. I miss restaurants so much. Now I'm a lamenter. Rainbow Warriors. No worries, man. Set that up. Rainbow Warriors. Just to look at it, we'll take a look. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Kind of like a winning with a lightning bolt. It's cool. All right. I think I like what we got though. Okay, so we need another white one. 2 white ones, honestly. I think these need to be like white. I liked the hair on those Rainbow Warriors. I almost want to do some of those for fun. They're like troll dolls. If this were my army, or my Marines, I might do it. Especially because I have a feeling you could take that to some places, some local game stores, and make people really angry for no reason. Oh, stupid. Just get mad. Just watch them get angry. Like, oh, yeah. It's the same people that are always insisting everyone's triggered in comments. Like, yeah, they are. Sure are, aren't they, buddy? And yes, this would have been easier before we put them all the way together. But these Marines are those weird snap together Marines, so they're probably wouldn't have really helped us as much as it could have. Plus, good painters do not blame the canvas. Alright, so that pure white's gonna take a second. Those off-whites are so much easier to get. We'll start off with this one needs a second coat, and then we'll get into doing the easier heraldry. Work our way up. All right. Start off with the classic horseshoe. And all their pauldrons have different meanings. I think it's, yeah, metal on the outside. Okay. That's what I thought. Now, so, here comes the fun. What out? Anakin said, here's where the fun begins. Almost want to pull out. You know what? I am. Pull out the pre-embargo Kolinsky brush. Wow. Seems like a very fine tip. I've had this little sucker for a while. The main thing to remember here is you're working on a surface that's round. So when you start on one side, you got to kind of think about it as being round. So either it's better to kind of work out like this. And then we're going to make the basic idea of this U. I feel like that could go just a little taller. And they like to have that one that fattens up as it kind of comes down. Way too much paint there. I didn't notice till I started work. I used to put it on there. I was like, oh wow, look at that big old bead of paint. Clean it up a little bit. Here and there. And we got an ultramarine. Pretty easy. And it's just about as simple as it gets. We might even come back and do another like retrace of that white. Once it sets in, we're gonna let it dry though, real good, and then we'll come back and check on it. All right, so there's number one. Ultramarine check. So now we have a white scar, an ultramarine, a Raven Guard, and a Blood Angel, and three Space Wolves. One Iron Hand, and at least one Blade. Okay. Who's next on our heraldry game? We need to do, let's see, let's do the Fist and the salamander, dark angel. That way we can knock out all the like regular guys, right? Except for the. I guess we can do that, guys. I'm gonna do those other space ups. We'll do all of them eventually. That's the idea of a marathon, right? Let me see how long I can go. I might have to get up and stand up and do jumping jacks or something though. My legs will go to sleep. Okay. I'm a goofball, so don't mind me. All right. Let's see. Imperial Fists. We'll do that one next, right? They're just pretty simple. It's just a fist. I wish we had the. All the rest of them had that nice pauldron set out where you. There it goes. Finally. Alright, so that's pretty easy, right? Boom. Alright, so first thing we want to do here is actually drop this white circle. Kind of find the middle first, and then go out from there. Alright, there's the start of that. We gotta let that set up for just a second. While that's doing that, we will get the salamanders going. And that's just this dragon. Alright, so that's a little bit more complicated. Okay. But let's break it down to easy stuff. So we've got like a triangle here and like a line there, right? So first thing we want to do is we kind of want to set that triangle. We want to have enough. Now, remember, you want to have enough room here to be able to work. So we're gonna cut that triangle here and here. So we need to, because we want to be able to come up on top of it and do this other stuff. First thing, just this little triangle. Alright, so then we want to start adding some of this other stuff. First things first, let's kind of start working on the nostril and the nose. Very carefully, just take your time. Try to be patient with yourself. And that, as they say, ain't bad for government work right there. Pretty easy. You're so stealthy, I barely realize you moved in places. Alright, we'll definitely need to come back and touch this guy up again. Let's check on our Imperial Fist. Looking pretty good. Let's drop another coat of our white in here. Alright. Very, very carefully. Alright. And let all this dry for a little bit. And we'll come back and fix some of that stuff. Because once you start getting that ring on there, you can start to see where your mistakes are. And you start widening out your circle. And you should be able to get it all corrected and look great. Okay, so we'll set him off for a second. Let's see. Dark Angel's next. Okay, I'll start working on him. They have so many freaking heraldries for Dark Angels. We want the main one. Where's that same Pauldron herald like everybody else's? Oh yeah, we got that green right. See, it's got like that emeraldy green. So Dark Angels is kind of easy, if you make it easy. So just make a line. Try to keep it in the middle. That's easier said than done, isn't it? If it feels like it's not, the paint isn't flowing off your brush easily, I mean your brush isn't wet enough. Just for those of you who want to know how to tell that little fun thing. Little misstroke here. Nah. Like I said, a lot of this is getting your stuff, especially with this white stuff. You're getting your the ones with white imagery instead of like a white background. You're getting it started, and then you can come back and clean them up. Because you're going to have to do a second coat of white, typically anyway. So get like the basic idea of what you're trying to get done first, and then come back and clean it up. And it'll make your life a whole lot less stressful than trying to get it absolutely perfect the first time. But leave yourself the room to clean it up. You know what I mean? And that I think is where it really takes a lot of practice, is learning where you can stop to clean it up. And these will be fun because these are all, it's hand painted. It's not the transfers. The transfers look great. I mean, if you're not a painter, or if you want them to look super official, definitely go with the transfers. I'm doing this because I want to practice doing these little freehand bits. And, you know, one of the things I do to be able to offer people little discounts is say, well, I'm going to do some of this on my live show. You know, so is that okay with you? You know, and they usually are totally fine with it. And then give them a nice little discount. And we get to have an experiment. And we get to use their expensive 40K models to practice all of our other little tricks on. Because I've painted several of these before, but it's always good to have more and more practice. Dark Angel. Boom, quick, done, easy. Brush down. Over here. Somewhere. No. No. Not Michael Linsky. It's run off into the dark. No, but where did it go? It's all stood up in here weird. Okay. Ultramarine, Dark Angel. Get a little bit of fisting done. Oh, that came out. Oh, that's terrible. This one's probably going to take a couple rounds to get this one to come out just right. Doing white and black on yellow is... That's enough to make your booty hole pucker up. This is definitely the exciting bit of all of these standard Marines. Painting all their guns and armor is not as exciting. This is exciting. Get to see all the fun bits. Okay. Let's fill this white a little bit, let that set up, and then we're going to come back and mess with this. With the fist. Phone close to the house. Okay, looks like there's a metallic rim. We'll deal with that rim later. Okay, what are we on to now? We're on to some of this craziness. Didn't I save the Firehawks? I thought I did. Okay, so we'll start with this Angels of Absolution. Let's see, Blackwing. It's doing it the other way. Okay, hold on. So what we need to do is all right, gonna let that set up. It's a process. It's a process. And you gotta trust it. We did not save that Firehawk. I don't know why. So we're gonna go back to that one. That's like a Crimson Hawk. That's Vermilion. There we go. Straight Crimson. If you're just now joining us, we're working on tons of different pauldrons for all of our various and sundry Deathwatch guys. I don't actually have like a view count or anything, so I have no idea if anybody's even watching this. I'm just doing what I do. But if you are watching, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for stopping by. Give us a like and a subscribe. I think I've got the... Oh, I meant to do the Discord. I meant to throw the Discord in the comments. I meant to do that. Hold on. I'm really bad at all this stuff. I'm good at the painting side, and I get better at this other stuff all the time. I just gotta remember to do it. You know what I mean? It's fun kind of switching careers into doing something else. You kind of start doing you learn the little ins and outs, and you learn the little things that, hey, you need to do this, and you need to do that. You know, it's good stuff. All right. There's that link. So anybody who wants to join Discord, go right ahead. We'd love to get you in. And if you get in, early, like right now, before we blow up and become something, which I don't know that I'll ever actually happen. It's fun to dream. You can get in when it's free. A lot of these guys have their stuff locked down where it's like you have to join their Patreon to get on their Discord. But for now, we're totally free. Oh, that one's fun. Okay. First, we're just going to start off kind of getting its wings together. We set both sides of the pauldron. Oh, let's get down where we can see. Y'all can see, I mean. I'm going to leave plenty of room to be able to work this head and everything in. Come in with this body. Start getting this shape together. Okay. Needs to come up just a little bit more. See, that's that artist lock brush. Wasn't using the super good brush. There is a huge difference there. Getting here, start working on that tail. That's really hard to see on that camera. It's really hard to see on in person too. But I think we did pretty good here. You can definitely tell what that's supposed to be without any doubts. Here we go. bronze for the trim. But you know I'm all about some bronze. The client is having special cases ordered to put on his wall to store them in. I thought that was fantastic. I think that's high praise for me. He thinks the stuff looks good enough to where it warrants spending the money to put cases on it. That's good stuff, right? Alright, so there is a Firehawk. He is not looking great. Okay. Alright. I am, let's see, we're an hour and a half in. I'm going to just stand up for just a second and walk around. And I'm going to be right back. And we're going to get, I'm going to get some water and stuff like that. And I'll be right back. And we'll get back to the painting pauldrons. Okay. I need some liquids. Okay, let's get back on it. Let's go ahead and come back here and tighten up our dragon head. You know, it might help if I turn that camera on. There we go. Dub, 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 dub. Not paying any attention. Okay, let's see. All right, Kraken. This guy's tried out. Let's get him knocked out because this is so weird. Okay, so it's a little white skull and then bronze. And the more, I'll tell you what, the more you make yourself do stuff like this, the better you will get at everything that has to do with miniature painting. It is a really good idea to continue to force yourself into little spots, especially projects that make you maybe a little uncomfortable. I mean, this isn't making me uncomfortable, but it's good practice, and I like it. All right. I feel like I moved that. Okay. Oh, he needs that bronze. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, let's see. Now let's try this Kraken. Brutal. This one's going to be a challenge. I'm excited. I'm also terrified. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. You're kidding me. Okay. I would do this arm next. Which one of you guys suggested this one? I swear to God, I love you, JJ. Oh, eat your heart out. There we go. Looking good. Oh, gotta center myself. Need to get something to drink. Golly, that ain't easy. All right. Woo. Okay. Next side. A little too thick there. That's okay. I'm just gonna come through and just drop that right there. We'll fix that up real quick. And you let that dry just a touch. This actually needs to drop down a little bit further too. There we go. Gotta love that, right? Nobody probably all actually saw it. Okay, what was the code on that side? Ooh, like dark metal. Dark metallic. Alright. There's a dark kraken. I'll have to come back and do a little touch up on that skull, but it's starting to look pretty cool. We got the classic ultramarine, dark angel. Alright. And the almost forgot the Firehawk. Oh, he's gonna look awesome. Got a lot of photos and stuff to get done over the next couple of nights. Okay. Let's see. Well, we've got a chance where I'm taking a little bit of a refocus. Let's go ahead and drop another coat of white on these guys that need the pure white under their undercoats here. Alright. Off to the side of the... Okay, let's see. That probably still needs one more coat on that salamander. But it's pretty close. And you still need this fist. I got these 5. I'm cruising along pretty okay. What time is it? 6:36. Yeah, not too bad. Been almost 2 hours. Whew. Okay. All right, let's jump over back to this fist. Get this Imperial Fist knocked out. This is definitely one I loathe doing these. I don't like doing the fists. They're so... It's kind of a weird design, so it's hard to get it just right. I'm gonna start off with a little V down here. Right? And we're gonna fill that in. You really want this V to be hard, if you can. If we have to, we'll come back with it later. Put a little white on it, but I think we you come up from there at an angle, right towards the center. Boom, boom, boom. And then that's where your first line is, right there. Then after that comes the fun part. Okay. So you have to, you can always come back in and fix those lines so don't get too caught up in it. That's real easy to do. Come on, come on, come on, get on there. Get on there. Ah. A whole lot easier when I'm not trying to explain what I'm doing. It's like that when I was trying to teach people how to do fruit and vegetable carvings too. But you want to try to at least explain a little bit of it. Okay, I'll trim just a little bit more. Getting a little bit closer every time we mess with it. Almost there. And there we go. Imperial Fist. Pretty close. Definitely close enough to where you look at it from the table and you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's Imperial Fist. Alright, and this is a regular metal.
Dinner.
Oh, hey, thanks, man.
Brought you some hot sauce too.
Hell yeah. Hot sauce. Oh, you gotta love that. Cheesy, chickeny.
And salt. They were looking for the salt. Just in case.
I appreciate it. Thank you much.
Yep.
Mm. Ooh, that's hot. Not spicy, like temperature-wise. Mm. That's fun. We're cruising. Okay, let's see. Mm. Okay. I'm gonna outline this thing in white and let it set up while we're working on the rest of it. So that when we put the green down, it'll have some consistent look to it. Because we're gonna put that green on top of it. And that black is already starting to interfere with it. Would already be interfering. Actually, need a little bit more black. Let's see for a second. Let's see. Ultramarine needs another round. Or this ultramarine needs another round. Oh, thank you very much. Did you see all the ones we're dealing with here? Let's see. I'm really happy with that Fire Hawk. That one turned out really great. Appreciate it. Fist did okay. Did okay with the fist. The White Scar, I was really happy with this one. White Scar was crazy hard. Listen, yellow, red, and white on a miniature is... That's a blast. Definitely will make you better. You get better. I appreciate you chiming in, man. I definitely appreciate the compliment. Okay. One. Let me let that set up again, too. Okay. Okay, so green. And then it's got the standard old skull. Find your center. And then work your way out. Kind of bring yourself down. Get to about that halfway point. And then we want to start bringing it in for the Warhammer stuff for sure. Because they like to have this really come in. And they get their eye sockets low. Remember, you can always add the eye sockets later too. So you can paint this whole skull on here like so. And get all your shape you want. And then you can paint your eye sockets and nose hole and teeth or whatever. And again, the same thing here. We're just going to kind of keep working on our shape until we've got it exactly the way we want it. And then we'll get it a little bit more filled in, cleaned up, and ready to go. Alright, we gotta bring out that Klinsky here. This guy's not gonna be able to handle it. That zero is just not there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. A lot of it's just practice, 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 practice. So don't think that I didn't start off making it look like, well, it looked more like you know, a science experiment and less like a skull. But I've been painting things for a long time, so you know, I got that nice head start. Ooh, I like this with the green on it. It's so fun. Well, this is for a guy and his son. His son is just now old enough to start learning how to play. And I'm like, oh man, no, let me trick it out, bro. Let me trick it out. You're gonna barely paint a tree. That's okay. It takes practice. That's also why they make transfers. Because, like, you could easily... So you could do this one super easy. I don't know if I have... So I have some, like, wolf... These are more like... Their skulls. Right there. Okay, see those squad markings? You could pull these transfers off and set them on here, and it would look legit. It'd look great. It'd look fine. You just have to... And then you just have to paint the black and the green trim. That's it, not hard. Yeah, you don't have to be a great painter to be able to paint most of these miniatures. But freehanding a bunch of, you know, symbols, that's a little different. I am aware that that's not something everybody's gonna be good at. And heck, it took me a long time to get to where I could do this with any kind of real proficiency. And even now that I can do it, I still like I didn't like that skull very much, so I'm already back over here messing with it. Now it's still got some of that impression, which is going to let me come back and add that black to it and really help finish that off. And a lot of it's just knowing like what pigments do in paints. I preach this all the time on this channel. But like all your pigments act differently. And so you can only learn how that works through practice. Like you have to keep practicing over and over and over again. Okay. That one's pretty easy. Alright, it shouldn't be too hard. Let me get another bite. Okay, so I want to make sure we have plenty of room to set our axe heads here on either side, and we need to be able to come down far enough for them to come up over the top of it and then still center. So this one, we actually kind of want to start from this side instead of the top. Which for some people may actually be easier, some people may be harder. That's one of the things about painting is like everybody kind of, because everybody's eyes see differently and everybody's hands work differently. Like everybody kind of has to develop the style that works for them. See, I messed that one up, but that's okay. We're gonna come back and we'll be able to fix it. And I'll show y'all how to do that. A lot of this stuff is not just in knowing like how to do something, but also like how to fix it when you screw up, because you are definitely gonna screw up. That's just part of how this goes. You'll let a little bit of that dry out for a second. It's a great time to take it to couple bites. I'm always better with the things on the right-hand side of stuff than I am on the left. It's like duplicating on the left is always more difficult for me. I don't know why that is, but... maybe I should start on the left and then duplicate on the right one. Maybe that'll help me.
Did we give you enough, or would you like more? Because there is more.
I will definitely take more. I may not be eating it right this second, but I will eat it in a moment.
Okay. I will add it to your plate.
Nice. Appreciate you. Thank you. If you don't speak up now, them kids will eat every single bit of it. You won't get any seconds. There we go. Bam. Alright, we're going to let that sit up. We'll come back and we'll do a little bit more of that white. It's like I've said a couple times. You got to work your whites in layers. Especially if it's real white, like pure white. It's got to be done in layers. It never goes on right the first time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Look at all my little shoulder pieces. Hold on. There's one you're really going to like. Where'd it go?
Oh, octopus, and it's purple. I love it.
Yeah, they're called Dark Kraken.
Dark Kraken, and that's fun. I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, they look cool with all their heraldry.
Great.
Holy moly. It's a gang of food. I probably didn't really need to ask for seconds. But why not, right? Okay. Alright, now this one's gonna be cool. I really like this one. Alright, that's hard. That goes a little bit more complicated. But again, we get to... the best part about this is we can kind of just do an interpretation. Since it's a freehand, a lot of people are going to be so impressed that you did this freehanded that you get kind of a pass on it not being perfect. Unless you're in like a competition, of course. Like competition, and that's competition. So kind of like we did with the last one, we kind of want to find that top center. Start getting our skull together. Now again, we're probably going to oversize it from where it is on the picture to help us get that inquisitorial symbol in it. Because that is not easy to do with a brush. It is very possible. There's some of these guys out here that can definitely do it. I'm not there yet. We're going to have a pretty good one. It's going to look pretty snazzy. Alright, with this one, we're actually going to do the nose first. Oh, so sick. Yeah, baby. Okay. Whew. Take some food. Let's get some food. Let's get a bite and take a breath. Take a breath. Pretty proud of myself on this one. It looks pretty good. Bring in a little bit more of this white, really get it solid looking. Okay, now for an inquisitorial eye in the forehead. This is where it gets a little tricky. Another one down. I think that one finally dried up on us. Okay, go fish that paint out. Get on there. I hate when your lids won't get on right. God bless. That looks great. Really excited about that one. Okay. Alright, that leaves 4 left to go. All the ones with like the white pauldrons. The white underneath it. Okay. Let's do this one first. I love to answer questions. Anybody watching, like, hey guys, any questions? Definitely shoot them out there, guys. I like teaching. I like communicating. I was a teacher for a while, so I definitely, I don't feel like any question is silly. I mean, unless it was intentionally silly, of course. And I have 4 kids, so I'm really used to repeating myself. Okay. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, now looks like it's got like a pill, a red pill with a white lightning bolt in it. Way up there is not going to help anybody see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. That looks great. A lot of fun. Tons of fun here. We got green on that, I think is the trim color on it. Mm-hmm. All right. There's another one. Da-da-dum-dum-dum. Another one bites the dust. All right. Three left to go in our marathon. Well, 3 hand-painted ones. I guess I can paint these other ones while we're here, but it almost seems senseless. If you see how to do those other ones are easy. It's just like painting on the plastic. You just have to follow the lines that are there. You have to make up your own. Okay, what's next? What was I thinking? Okay. crap. Alright, that's not gonna be fun. That's gonna be hard. That one's gonna be hard. Not gonna lie. Alright, let's just start off with the hourglass first. We should definitely see some in the shoulder. It's a little wet. There we go. Alright, give that a second. Take your time. Remember to breathe. Remember that's all going to work out. Worst comes to worst, you just strip them and start again. Right? Hmm. Okay. Okay, now probably should have tilted this back up this way. That's my own fault. Well, there we go. Another one down. Oh, almost. Got to do the trim. It's bone white. That's a lot of fun. Hard. That's not easy though. Okay. Oof. What was I thinking? Just thinking it looked cool. Rule of cool, baby. Okay. Now this one's a little different. I probably want to start off with the scythes. Hey, what's going on, my friend? I think that's angle. I think that angle's off. That angle's gonna have to come more this way. That's unfortunate. Okay. So pretty much all that's wrong. Good thing is most of that's gonna get covered up with that skull. Just woke up, missed a big chunk of the stream. No worries, man. Wait till you see all these things. They're awesome. Okay. Gotta get this one's second coat done. But he's getting close. Just finished up this guy. Got a classic salamander. Did a Imperial Fist. Classic Dark Angel. Ultramarine, of course. And then we did Angels of Destruction. We did a Firehawk. Mortificator. I think so. Some fun ones. And then this one. Red Hawks or something, Red Paladins. It's a really cool one. Firehawk. I like that one. And a Dark Kraken. That one was pretty slick. I like that Dark Kraken. Almost makes me want to do a whole army of them. Almost. Oh. Now I lost someone I was working on. Where'd he go? What the hell? Oh, he's over here. Yeah, that's better. So you really want to make sure you get these scythes in first. Okay, and then a skull. Because we haven't painted enough of those tonight. This one's just got a tiny little outline around the skull. Not exactly the easiest thing in the world to do. Definitely helps pop it out though just a little bit. Gave us something to do while we're waiting on that metal to finish drying up as well. All right. And then that's dark metal. For its trim as well. We're definitely cruising. Only got one more left to go. Nice. Okay. Last one. A fun one. Lamenters. Oh. That's right. checkerboard with a heart and a circle. And a teardrops on the heart because, you know, it wasn't already hard enough as it was. Let's add one more little piece of insanity. Okay. When it's yellow on the outside. So we're going to throw down pale terracotta around the outside because pink goes down before yellow. Which I know seems weird, but it's real. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to start your stripes. Or your checker pattern, I should say. It's not exactly stripes, is it? Don't worry about this first pass. We're going to come back and clean a lot of this up. We've just got to get it started and get an idea where we are. Woo! Woo-wee! Oof. Oh, I gotta let some of that dry. And we'll fix some of this other stuff while it dries. Why is this dog coming all the way back here? There are other people in this house. Other people can let you out. I swear she's doing it because I'm painting. I don't know what that damn dog wants, but it keeps coming back here. It's driving me nuts. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bing, boom, right? Trust the process. Trust the process. The crazy thing is I'm getting ready to mess up like half of this to make that circle where the heart goes. Okay. Of course, it's a black and a white circle. Black ring with a white circle. Hmm. Okay. Mm. I've always wondered how he decided that this is what a heart looked like. Or what made us decide that that's what his heart looks like, I guess is what I really mean. Because it doesn't really look like that, but is what we use as the symbol. Kind of weird. All right, one more little thing and we are done. And then he's the one little teardrop. And now it's a lamenter. Oh wait, no. Look at me, forgetting stuff. Now we have a matter. Awesome. Okay. Let's pull them all out. Take a look at all the fun stuff we did. Oh, I need to finish. I need to finish fixing this guy, which that's not a big deal. And then probably need to do one more round of white on our salamander just to get him finished up. This one turned out really cool. The two skulls on top of each other like that. Dark Angel, classic. Ultramarine, classic. Fisto, Imperial Fist, classic. Oh yeah. Some good stuff here. Yeah, all hand painted. Boom, boom, boom. That's one of my favorites. That one's awesome. Oh yeah. Another one of my favorites. Really, really happy with how that one turned out. That was fantastic. Another really great look. Firehawk, you'll love that one. And then a piece of the Lamenter Deathwatch Ancient with the banner. Okay, you guys are amazing. It's trying to shut this thing down. That was a heck of a run. 3 hours, 14 minutes with one break. So that's a heck of a run, guys. That's a lot of work. But as you can see, if you just kind of keep yourself focused and you say, okay, well, I'm going to just kind of work around all the things that happen and you stay on target, you can get this stuff knocked out pretty fast. So I did, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13, 12 to 14 pauldrons in 3 hours, all hand painted. It can be done. Get done. So and there's guys even faster than me, make me look like a clown. So just keep practicing. You'll get there, I promise. It just takes a lot of practice. And it also helps to be able to see like kind of how it works. So that's why I'm glad that we do these sort of things, because it lets people see, you know, how to actually make that happen. Not the, hey, you just play a little skull and it works. You know, you gotta see, oh no, you're gonna have to edge it and then you're gonna have to kind of trim it. You can't have to paint when you're painting things that are freehand like that. There's just a little bit of nuance. You kind of shape it as you go and get it right. So anyway, I hope that was helpful for people. I don't know if it is. If it isn't, then I don't know. I'm sorry. But I think it was. Big shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. JJ, huge thanks to you, my friend. Good to see you. Also, big thanks to Fat Man's Kitchen for helping. Those of you guys helped me get the ideas together for all these pauldrons, which chapters to go with. So big thanks to you guys. Yeah, it was awesome. I really appreciate you. Thanks for Conrad Morgan. Nice to see you chat on it. And thanks for the comments. Really appreciate you. And then always Fionn, always lovely to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, we'll see all you guys on Monday. I'm gonna take tomorrow off and hang out with all my kids. I still got some stuff I'm probably gonna do with a little bit of painting, but I'm not gonna do it on TV, on camera. So yeah, we'll be back Monday. Probably finish up everything Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll be on to whatever the next thing is. Dwarves, I think I have a bunch of dwarves I need to paint. I think that's it. Be good to yourselves. Be good to somebody else. Be good to somebody you don't know. Be good to people. It'll help, I promise. Spread some good in the world. We'll talk to you later. Bye.